Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another episode of For the Love of Money, the things we do for money, episode 9. Wow, here is Ify of Lagos trying to showcase what she's doing as skills in the kitchen by telling people that they should watch her live and she's going to fry her egg and everything. Unlike some people who lives fake life, who is dishing out fake things, that she does it real and she does real things, real food, how she cook and gives her husband the best every blessed day. And she kept on, she was whisking the egg, about to fry the egg. And while she was about frying the egg, the husband just walked in and jumped in front of her camera and said, "My wife is a bad woman. She's a very, very bad person. She does not hear word. Unfollow her, block her." He was saying all sorts of things about her, and the wife pushed her husband. That what are you doing? You should stop. Stop. Why are you doing this? Why are you disrupting my live videos and everything? Why? You're such a wicked husband and a senseless husband. You are this, you're that. She started raining curses on him, started using vulgar words on her husband, all because of her social media influencing job. Can you imagine? And she kept on saying that. And all of a sudden, she slapped her husband. And the husband said, "You slapped me." And all she could say is, "And I will slap you again for what you did. Why would you do that? I was live and you did this to me. Why would you do it? Why would you do such to your wife?" And he was like, "What has come over you? What has come over you? What has come over you? Why would you slap me? Because of what? Because of your social media stuff?" And he held on to his cheek and he stared into her live page, and he was like, "Okay, oh yeah, look at the people that you're trying to ruin your marriage for. Hear what they had to say about you. Go to the comment section and read the comments about you. Just few minutes, just few seconds rather. And you are willing to destroy your home for these same people that have turned against you just in the twinkling of an eye. Can you see your life? Can you see yourself? Can you see the people you are trying to destroy your marriage for?" And she was sober. She was teary. Her eyes was teary. And tears dropped down her cheek. And she started apologizing to her husband. And her husband was like, Can you hear yourself? Eh? Is high time you choose between your influencing job and you being a wife. And she said she chose to be a wife. She chose to be a wife that she is. And the husband said, "You had better be. You had better be." And she said she's not going to do it again. But the deed has been done. She slapped her husband. Who does that? Why would you raise your hand on your husband? Because of what? Because he's trying to put you in the right path? No. And even when she was trying to apologize to the guy was so furious. He was furious because of what she did. And even after she apologized to him that, "I'm sorry," said, "You had better be." And he just walked out on her. He worked that on her. Please let us be careful on how we handle ourselves when we're being emotional. She was being emotional, and because of that, she reacted. And the reaction that she did was she gave her husband a slap without even thinking twice. Please, let's be very, very careful. Don't allow what you do to control you. You should have full control on what you're doing. Please, guys. And she was crying, she was unhappy, and she started packing her things, packing, removing her phone, packing the light and all that, and she stepped out of the place. Here is Mr. Patrick's office, the PA walking in, Hilda walking into the office and came to meet Patrick while Patrick was staring at her, and she went to meet him. She rested on the table and told him that she's resigning. And he was like, "Okay, that will be a good one." And she was like, "Well, she has to resign. That since that's what he wants and everything." And he was like, "No problem, it's all good." And she posted a question across to him that, "Is he not divorcing his wife again?" And he said no. And she asked that, "It seems you love her." And Patrick said yes, he loves his wife so much. And she now said, what would now become of her? That she thought that they were going to make something out of it. And it was like there was never anything coming out of this. That is sorry that everything had to end this way and everything had to happen like this. That is sorry, but nothing can come out of it. And can you imagine? You are about to snatch somebody's husband because the person had a family issue and you now want to walk your way into his life. And you think because of the family issue he's having, he will leave his wife for you. You are mistaken. Things don't work like that, except in rare cases. But someone that has been faithful to his wife, someone that has never gone into cheating mode, let's put it like that, and just found himself cheating on his wife, then they've reconciled. You expect him to cheat again? Nah, it won't. You are the one at the losing end because you knew this person was married. So, ladies, let us be careful. Let us be careful the kind of relationship we keep, especially with married men. It speaks volume, please. So she kept on talking and he was apologizing to her. And she was like, sorry, it's not all about sorry. How does he want her to feel? And he was like, I'm sorry that I didn't mean for it to happen this way. I didn't mean for it to happen this way, but it has happened. I just have to apologize to you. And she was like, okay, okay. But she was moody. She was not happy. You don't expect to have a relationship with a married man and you expect him to put you in his house or to marry you. If you're expecting marriage, forget it, you will not get it. Because where do you expect him to push his wife? A side chick will always remain a side chick, except if there are rare cases. But in this situation, it can happen. So stop dreaming. And she was so feeling bad. And he kept on apologizing to her that he is sorry, that he didn't mean it to happen this way or to end this way. But and she walked out on him and said bye. Then she walked out and left. Then Patrick was lost in thoughts. He didn't know how to go about everything. And he was just thinking. Here is Christabel in the house on her bed with her baby. She was admiring her husband's picture, and she herself, she has finally realized that mistake. She has finally realized that mistake. We don't have to wait until our home is being destroyed before we make amendment to some things. That is where check and balance comes in. Always do check and balance. Always check your home. Check everything with your partner to know if you guys are always on the track. To know if you guys are always on the track. You keep checking. You keep checking. Because marriage is a lifetime thing. It does not end. It continues forever till either one partner dies. That is it for you. So you keep checking and you guys, you keep rebuilding and you keep checking to balance everything, to block and cover every loopholes in your marriage. And she was staring at the picture while the baby was watching something on the phone and she was just feeling sober. Then the husband walked in as at that time. And as he walked in, she stared at him. And the daughter also looked at him. And he walked up to his wife and said, can they talk? And she was like, okay, let's talk. And the husband sat down. The husband sat down and was talking to her that I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. And he now told her that he does not want a divorce anymore. That he does not want them to divorce. And she was shocked by what he said. That he does not want them to divorce anymore. That what he feels they need is they need to see someone. They need to see a therapist. And she was like, really? That would be nice. I'll be so happy about that. That I don't mind us going to see a therapist. And the husband was like, yes, we need a therapist so that we can make this marriage work. Yes, you can make your marriage work. It comes with determination. It comes with determination. Marriage, you building your home or growing your marriage is a deliberate effort. It does not just appear and say, let my marriage be smooth. No, you have to work towards it. You have to be deliberate about it, about making it successful. For a successful marriage comes with a lot of determinations. And he kept on looking at her like that and was talking to her, telling her, and she was like, Ash, no, she's happy. And she now told him that she's going to stop influencing. She's going to stop the social media influencing. And the husband said, no, you're not going to stop. And she was confused. Or is that not what you love? Is that not what you wanted me to do all this while? You wanted me to stop. And he was like, no, I don't want you to stop. It's just the content that you create with it that I am against. It's the content you create with it that I am against. That the world is revolving. That you can create contents that can be educative, content that you can use to teach people. That look at it. That you have a lot of followers. A lot of people follow you. Have you checked your comment section? Have you checked your comment section and see how people comment, how people like what you give them, even though it's a lie that you're lying to them? People are following you, and you can help to reshaping people's life with your media, with your social media influencing by channeling it in the right path, channeling it in the correct way. You can use it to change people's life. You can use it to transform people's life. But I want you to remember one thing, that the internet never forgets. What you leave on the internet remains there forever. Even when you are 80, when you're 100, you will still see that which you posted years ago. That is what internet is all about. That is what the social media is all about. So whatever thing you put there, you should put things that will transform people's life, because children are growing. Take for instance your daughter. She's going to grow also, and she would want to. She might meet something like that. Would you like her to fall under the mentorship of the kind of person you are, of the kind of social media you have? Would you like it if she fall prey to it? Provided that you're using it to reshape people's life, to build people's life, to teach people and do things the right way. And he kept on talking and advising her, and he apologized to her that, I'm sorry that I know that I have not been a good husband to you. I am very, very sorry. And I promise that I'm going to be the best husband that you want me to be. And she too, she apologized and was like, she's sorry that she had not been a good wife, that she pushed him, that she's very, very sorry. And also that she has been a wicked person, a very, very bad person to her followers, and she's willing and ready to change. She's willing and ready to change. That the thing is, she missed this part of their marriage, this part of their life where they are kind, they are loving, they are affectionate about things. And the husband was like, don't worry, everything is going to be all right. I know you need money. When you start channeling your influencing in the right path, money will come. You will have more followers. People will follow you, and you will get what you want. And he advised her, and he gave her a hug. He just had to console her. He pet her. That is what a husband is meant to be. Yeah. If you remember, I said something about it, that who told you that you cannot use your social media influencing to bless people, to make people's life great? There are so many people out there that they are looking for one thing or the other to do. You can create a content that will help them to improve their life, to improve their skills, to even make them a better version of themselves. You don't have to lie on your social media. You can always say the truth and do the right thing. Help people to grow. And and they just hugged themselves. Because why? They realized that what they've done, that is how it's meant to be. As husband and wife, we're there together to fight together and to thrive together, to make it together. When we work as one, the husband gave her a very good advice. A very, very good advice. And that is just it. You can make, you can create your own world on the social media ground by doing the right thing, by telling people the truth. When people know that you're always saying the truth, they will follow you. People that love the truth will follow you. And people that does not love the truth will continue to follow lies. And remember that whatsoever thing you leave on the social media stays there forever. It stays there forever. Even when you are old, you will still see everything that you put there. So please let us be careful on about what we put on our social media handle. The kind of things, the kind of stuffs we do on the social media matters a lot because it might influence our life later on, either in the positive way or in the negative way. So please, guys, it is very, very important and necessary that we tread with caution. So he pet her, gave her assurance that it's going to be there for her. And here is Jesse's fiance in his friend's house, all confused. He doesn't know what to do. And he was telling his friend came around to meet him in the sitting room and he was talking to his friend about what they discussed before. And the friend was like, oh, about that one, that you cannot do anything about it. Yeah, he can't do anything about it because he saw her like that before he decided to go on with the relationship. And I if you could remember very well, I said something. What you cannot accept, don't start with it. Because in the long run, and when you realize that this thing you cannot cope with it, it will be very, very difficult for you to kick against it. And the friend kept on advising him that there's nothing he can do about it. That I thought maybe you were cool with it in the first instance. And he was like, yes, he's cool with it. That he does not have any issue with it, but the level at which she's taking it now is what he does not understand. And his friend made him understand that that your wife, your wife to be loves social media influencing a lot. And it runs in her blood. That you might not like your fans to give you a validate, but she lives a life of validation from the social media. It's social media that validates her. She practically live her life for social media, and so therefore you will have to accept it like that. And it was like, oh guy, your engagements, your proposal stuff is trending on social media and it's causing a lot of wahala. And the guy was just tired. He doesn't even know what to do again. And please, if you cannot accept something, if you cannot cope with something, don't accept it from the instance. Because whatever you accept, you continue with it. You cannot change it. That is the case of this guy right now. You can't change it. You can't. Here is Jesse's house with a makeup artist. They are waiting for the person Jesse wants to employ for the post of a new assistant. And they were waiting, and she was like, this person is not here. That first impression matters and everything. That as it is, she would want them to scrap this. Then all of a sudden she knocked on the door and they told her to come in and she walked in and she was explaining to them that she should not be angry, that it's not that she decided to come late like this, but there was an issue, there was an emergency that she needed to attend to. And she was like, she had to like take her mother to the hospital. And Jesse was like, I don't care what happens to you. I don't want to be involved in your family life. I don't care about your family issues. Please don't bring up your family issues and all that. Yeah, when you go for interviews, you don't need to give excuses because your first impression matters a lot. The impressions you give your employers will determine how they see you, will give them a picture of who you are and how you handle things. And she kept on talking to her and she was apologizing to her that she's sorry, that she should not be angry, that she can really, really do the job and everything. And the friend was like, she should just let it be. And she kept on talking and she was like, if not because of your a friend here that spoke for her, that she was ready to scrap this interview or everything, and she was appreciative and she was telling the woman thank you. That's the new admin. She was telling the woman thank you, and she kept on talking and she was like, please, that's the Jesse's friend was talking to her, advising her that she should please always keep to time. And as she said, in first impression matters a lot. And she now said, where does she stay? She says she stays on the mainland. And she was like, mainland? She stays at Yaba. And Jessie was like, mainland? And she was like, no, mainland. Yes, mainland, but it's not far from here. And to not have any issue at all with the job. And she's ready to do the job and she will do it very well. And Jessie was like, okay, if you say so. And she passed on, she told her that all right, that she should sign the form. And she gave her the form to sign, to check and to sign. Then when she's done signing that, she should start the job immediately. And she was appreciative. Yes, she has started the job. She's sitting in the sitting room waiting for a job to be assigned to her. And while she was waiting, Jessie's fiance walked inside. And when he walked in and he asked her, who are you? Who are you waiting for? And she was like, she's a new PA that she just that's her madam just employed. And Jessie walked in as at that time I was like, oh, you're back. And he now asked Jessie that what happened to your other assistant? She said she fired her, that she was incompetent and she had to employ another person, that these are new assistant. And the husband was like, and you feel you don't need to inform me about it? And she was like, you were not showing interest of late, and so therefore I didn't feel there's any need for me to inform you about me employing another assistant and the rest. In as much as both of you are in need together, both of you are partners or husband and wife to be. In as much as both of you are in this together, it is your right to inform him about your decision, not you taking your decision in your own hands. Look, for instance, now, he now, on the other hand, now will now be wondering why he proposed to her in the first place. Why he proposed to her in the first place. That now that he has proposed to her, she's showing her true self, her character. You understand? You are meant to work together as one, in as much as both of you have been doing things together as one. And so, therefore, for every decision you make, you must put him in the picture. And she was like, she did not feel it necessary. That was why she did not involve him in it. And he was like, really? That, but we are in this together. And when you were employing Amaka, I was there. And we made the decision together. So why would you now choose to do this all by yourself without involving me? And she was just, ranting and was talking to him anyhow. And he was like, well, it's your cup of tea. Then he just looked at the lady and he said he would not do this in front of her. Because number one, even this was not meant to be done in front of your new assistant, for crying out loud. In front of your new assistant. What kind of picture are you painting? That you're disrespecting your man, the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, the person you want to marry, and you are disrespecting him in front of your assistants. That is very, very wrong. It's very, very wrong. It does not speak well of you. And he just walked past her and she hissed and muttered some words. And the new assistant was just looking at her. I'm sure what would be running in her mind is, what kind of a human being is this? Why would she be talking to her partner like that? It's wrong. And she muttered and she was looking at the girl. And the girl, she was like, so what are you looking at? And she just walked out. And the girl was feeling somehow. Wow. So that is how it is. This is very, very bad. You can't, because of social media stuff, because you are an influencer, you will now be rude. You will now be insensitive to what is happening around you. Why would she be? Even with the way she treated this lady when she came was bad. You don't treat people anyhow. You don't treat people like trash. Because you were once like that. And now that, okay, you have been lifted, doesn't mean that you should look down on people and see people as if they are trash. And to the extent that she's even been disrespectful to her partner. It's bad. Please, guys, let us be sensitive to whatever thing we do in our marriage, in our relationship, in our social life. We should be very, very careful and be very, very sensitive to how we relate with people and how we attend to matters.